I'm tabling a list of loans taken by government and public enterprises through special purpose vehicles and or guaranteed by government since January 2015 to date, as requested by the Honourable Member.
Yes, while the paper is reaching, can I have a copy of the paper, please? Yes, in the meanwhile, can I ask the Honourable Prime Minister whether these loans that have been taken through SPVs, being given that the Honourable Prime Minister himself has stated that the monthly repayment of these special purpose vehicles is ensured by government, whether these are included in the national debt figure?
Yes, all the figures are being included when taking into consideration the calculation for the public sector debt.
Yes. Furthermore, while I can I ask the Honourable Prime Minister whether, being given that these loans are being guaranteed by government and when they are being implemented by special purpose vehicles, whether all tendering procedures follow scrupulously the provision of the Public Procurement Act, or these companies or private companies, they follow their own tendering procedure?
I can assure the Honourable Member that all procedures with regard to regulations and to the law are being abided to.
Yes. In reply to my question earlier this year, the Honourable Prime Minister has stated that our debt level has moved from 2014 to 60.7%, then to 62.9%, and now it is hovering at 65%, which is way above the provision of the public of the law. Now, being given that special purpose vehicles are currently being used, can I ask the Honourable Prime Minister whether going forward special purpose vehicles will still be used and whether their counting in the national debt is exactly the same as it is when we borrow through, when central government borrow through line of credit?
Madam Speaker, I fail to understand this question because I have stated that any loan that is being taken by special purpose vehicle, whereby that special purpose vehicle is owned by government, that figure goes into the calculation for the public sector debt. I can't be clearer than that. So I can assure the member that everything is being taken into consideration for the calculation.
Ask the Honourable Prime Minister with regards to the 500 million USD that was taken from Exim Bank of India and channeled through the SBM Limited. Can we know how much fund has been disbursed so far, and can we have a list of the projects for which the money was used? I know the Honourable Minister doesn't have the list. Can he circulate the list?
If the Honourable Member would have been following what we have been given in terms of information in this House, I took the care and the pain, I must say, to provide during the last presentation of the budget, although I was not obliged to do so, I tabled in this very House, and you can look at the website of the Ministry of Finance, you will see that there is a list of all the projects that are going to be financed by the line of credit. And so far, we have not drawn any amount from that line of credit.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I don't share the views expressed by Prime Minister with respect to allocation of tender. Will the Prime Minister state whether the special purpose vehicle has been tailor-made to favour bidders or close to the regime?
You can only say that in Parliament here. You can't say that outside. I asked you to say that outside. Madam Speaker,
Order.
I know what the honourable member is referring to. In fact, this is another instance where he is attacking India again, because he knows very well that with the financing that we are getting from India, part of that financing is in terms of grant. And he knows very well what are the regulations that apply, what is the law that apply in case we are getting a grant from a friendly country as India. There is also provided in the law that that government can recommend for a particular project a contractor from that country. And this is where the honourable member is saying that we are favouring one particular or the other contractor. But I tell him to go and see the law, and I refer him again to what, I remind him, maybe he's forgotten himself, what he stated in this very house in his intervention during budget time, where he attacked India, where he attacked the High Commissioner of India.
I am on my feet. Honorable Bulal, not from a sitting position. This is the second time I am telling you that any remarks from a sitting position is not acceptable. But if you have a point of order, Honorable Shakil Mohammed, you stand up and make your point of order. But you can't, from a sitting position, make all sorts of remarks. Yes, next question, Honorable Bhagwan.